You're listening to Supernatural Japan, the podcast that explores Japan's forgotten histories, eerie legends, and haunted places. I'm your host, Kevin O'Shea. Tokyo is a city of bright lights, endless streets, and the hum of constant motion. But tucked into the Taito ward, amidst the bustle of modern life, lies a place where the city seems to pause, and where the past lingers like the mist. This is old Yanaka Cemetery, Yanaka Reien, one of Tokyo's oldest, most atmospheric graveyards. Beautiful by day, haunting by night, and steeped in stories of tragedy, lingering spirits, and the melancholic beauty of impermanence. Yanaka Cemetery was established in the early Meiji period, around 1872, on land that once belonged to Tennoji Temple. Its creation was part of a government effort to separate temple grounds from public burial sites, reflecting the modernization sweeping through Tokyo at the time. Over the decades, Yanaka became the final resting place for thousands. Samurai families, writers, politicians, and merchants. Many graves are over a century old, their stone markers weathered and moss-covered, telling silent stories of lives long gone. Among the most famous interments is Tokugawa Yoshinobu, the last shogun of Japan, and Ichio Higuchi, a Meiji-era writer whose works still resonate today. And, at its heart, stood a 5-story wooden pagoda donated by Tennoji Temple in the early 20th century. In 1957, tragedy struck. A young couple, bound by a forbidden love, set the pagoda on fire and died inside. Only the foundation stones remain today, but the echoes of their story ripple through the cemetery, giving a palpable sense of melancholy. Yanaka Cemetery is more than a resting place. It's a place where the air feels different. The combination of ancient stone, dense trees, and the ghosts of Tokyo's past creates a subtle, persistent eeriness. The most well-known legend involves the pagoda's tragic lovers. People say that if you walk near the foundation stones at dusk, you can feel a sudden drop in temperature. Some claim to hear faint voices, whispers of sorrow or laughter cut short. A few explorers have reported seeing fleeting silhouettes in the corner of their eyes, only for them to vanish when looked at directly. Visitors often speak of an uncanny sensation of being watched as they wander winding paths. The cawing of crows seems amplified here, as if calling out to the living from beyond the veil. And rustling leaves, the clinking of loose grave ornaments, and the creaking of old gates combine to make the cemetery feel alive, or inhabited by unseen presences. Even without named ghosts, Yanaka has a reputation for a haunting atmosphere. Its narrow pathways, clusters of ancient graves, and dense canopy of cherry trees make it easy to imagine the past peering back at you. In Japan, cemeteries are more than just resting places. They are thresholds between the living and the dead. Many are attached to Buddhist temples, where rituals like obon are performed to honor and appease the spirits of ancestors. Across the country, haunted cemeteries abound. Oyama Cemetery in Tokyo, with its labyrinth of old graves, is said to host wandering spirits at night. Okunoin Cemetery in Koyasan is considered one of the holiest and most haunted, where onryo, or vengeful spirits, and the souls of monks resting for centuries linger quietly among towering cedar trees. Now, we featured that cemetery in a recent episode of the podcast. And we've also looked at the cemetery for foreigners in Kobe, Japan, also steeped in tales of apparitions and unexplained lights. Even smaller local cemeteries are woven with stories of spirits who linger, either due to sudden death, unresolved tragedy, or improper burial rituals. The concept of yurei, ghosts, tied to unfinished business or strong emotions, often brings these cemeteries to life in folklore, manga, and urban legends. Yanaka Cemetery fits into this larger tradition. It's a place where history, loss, and memory create a natural, supernatural aura. Visitors may not see spirits with the naked eye, but the weight of the past, the silence of stone, and the shadows of trees evoke a haunting that is uniquely Japanese. During the day, Yanaka is peaceful, filled with walkers, cat lovers, and tourists admiring the cherry blossoms. But as night falls, the scene transforms. Shadows deepen, sounds become distorted, and the historic stones take on a more ominous tone. Some locals avoid the cemetery after dark entirely, while urban explorers speak of the uneasy silence, broken only by the wind through the branches or the faint hum of the city in the distance. Even stray cats seem to be more alert here, as if aware of unseen presences. Walking through Yanaka Cemetery, you realize the ghosts aren't always spirits that wander at night. Sometimes, the haunting comes from history itself, from lives lived and lost, from forbidden love, and from the impermanence of beauty in life. It's a place that asks you to remember, to feel, and to acknowledge the weight of time. The cemetery doesn't shout, it whispers. And if you listen closely, you might hear it. You've been listening to Supernatural Japan. If you enjoyed this journey into Tokyo's hidden history, share the episode, follow the show, and please leave a kind review. It helps others find these forgotten corners of Japan. Now, to see photos of old Yanaka Cemetery, please follow the podcast on Instagram at Supernatural Japan, and you can find a lot of videos over there as well. Check out our Facebook group for photos and videos as well. It's a great place to hang out. Now, Kevin O'Shea, I'm also on Blue Sky at Mad for Maple and X at Mad for Maple, and I post lots of spooky things and lots of things that are not spooky, all about life in Asia. And it is still spooky season, everyone. It is still October, so please help the Supernatural Japan podcast grow. Please repost anything I post about the podcast. Recommend it to your friends, your family members, your coworkers, your classmates. It doesn't matter who. And please follow our social media. You can shoot me an email at any time at supernaturaljapan@gmail.com with questions, ideas, or just to say hello. You can support the show over on Buy Me a Coffee with a one-time donation, or you can become a member. All the links are in the show notes. And that's it. Until next time, stay curious and keep your eyes open in the shadows.